Hey, in this video, we will look into CPSIA requirements specifically applicable to durable infant and toddler products. So, I assume that you are at this stage familiar with CPSIA, um, which applies to all children's products from the age of 12 and younger. Now, something I want to clarify before we proceed and we look into the more specific requirements is that all the other CPSIA requirements also apply to products classified as durable children's products, meaning that lab testing is still mandatory, and yes, you still need to get your product tested at the facilities of a CPSE accepted testing company. You can find that list on the CPSE website. Tracking labels are mandatory and requirements are expanded. You need a CPC, self-issued, based on a test report. You may also need a small parts warning, although I can't really say if that in practice can really be applied to this product group. Now, the purpose of this video is, of course, to look into the more specific requirements. Wouldn't be much of a video tutorial otherwise, because there are additional requirements that apply to this product category. And number one, and the major difference, is that you need to create a product registration card for each product, meaning that this has to be printed. Okay, can't just send an email or anything like that, and it has to be postage paid so they can just return it back to you. You must maintain a record of consumers that actually go ahead and decide to register the products. As I mentioned, additional labeling requirements, and number four is also specific ASTM standards that apply to durable infant products, mechanical and physical safety properties in particular, and also certain substance restrictions for paints and so on. Now, it's not really related to the main thing, which is the registration card, because even if there were no additional requirements, CPSIA broadly still says that you need to make a assessment on a product to product basis. This would still have been the case, as you still have to do such an assessment even if your product does not go within the scope. So let's look into a couple of examples of durable infant and toddler products, and this is a copy paste straight from the CPSC website. Keep in mind that this can change. Definitely recommend that you take a look. I just follow the URL below here, specified as the source. But just to give you an idea, cribs, high chairs, sling carriers, toddler beds, bathtubs, yeah, or anything that is doesn't. I'm not sure, to be honest, if this product list is definitive. Wouldn't surprise me if these are just guidelines. My understanding is that anything that could be similar to these products would still go within this classification of durable products. It gives you a pretty clear idea anyway. And if you're still not sure if it's borderline or whatever, I would still go with the recommendation based on what you get from a CPSE accepted testing company. Okay, so the product registration card, it needs to include information about the manufacturer or importer. My understanding is that this has to be a domestic US company, which is the case if it's made in the United States. If it's imported to the United States, there must be a US importer somewhere, meaning a registered company in the United States. Many non-US sellers, many foreign sellers are trying to get products into the United States without having any company registered in the US. And while some may have been able to exploit certain loopholes in the customs clearance procedures, I don't think that's allowed, and that's definitely not what they are referring to. You need to specify the manufacturing date, manufacturing location. This is you're already familiar with this if you already know the tracking labeling requirements. You specify the product name, model or SKU, batch number, just like the tracking label, and US contact details, including the address and a phone number. So you can't ask them to send one of these cards to Australia or to the UK or China. Now, this has to be within the United States. This I found this sample when making the slides. You can find this on the CPSIA website, of course. This gives you an idea. And they also provide a sample of the envelope. So yeah, has to be within the US. The CPSC also provide quite detailed labeling requirements that applies to this product group. And why this is relevant is, number one, because it can be quite confusing to understand, okay, what do I need as a permanent label, as a tracking label on my product, on the packaging, and in this registration card. Okay. Now keep in mind that, as is always the case with products that go within the CPSIA, you need a tracking label, but the requirements are more extensive when it comes to durable children's products that you can find here. And you can also go to this source, the URL down here to see for yourself on the cpsc.gov website. But yeah, in short, you need labeling on the product, on the packaging, and in addition, you also need a registration card that's attached to the product, that the customer, when they receive your product, and then send this back to you. Okay, that's it for this video. If you want to learn more, you can go to compliancegate.com/tool. If you have questions, you can write your questions in the comment section, be that on our website or YouTube.